What is up, YouTube fam? As you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, the top 3 and worst 3 rates you could choose in the Navy. And these are going to be based off of quality of life, import and underway, their promotion rates, and I guess the job opportunities after the Navy. Alright, so these are in no specific order, but let's start with the first one.
We pretty much run the show here in combat.
We talk from here to see what's out there.
OS. So, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like OSs low-key have the best quality of life because they don't have much maintenance from what I've seen because they don't own half their equipment. They get off mad early, they mainly clean and preservate and dip. Underway, they stand watches in combat, but they have a lot of people, so they usually have a decent amount of watch sections and have free time.
The third thing that I really like about my job is the schedule. When I say the schedule is that, we do get off at a decent time whenever we are in port, and then when we're out to sea, our sole job is to do our job, and that's it. We literally just stand our watch, and when we're off watch, we're unbothered. I can work out, I can do whatever I want to do, even while I'm on the ship underway. I can still kind of have time to myself versus have to work all this time, still stand watch, and all that stuff.
And OSs are you're pretty much guaranteed second class. Their promotion rate has been 80 to 100% the last 3 years. So you're gonna make second class as an OS even if you don't do anything, not gonna lie. And after the Navy, you're already doing all these operation stuff, you're doing navigation, you're doing air traffic control, so you have a lot of opportunities after the Navy on what you want to do if you want to stick with the stuff you learn being an OS. Number 2.
Some days it's boring, some days it's gun shoots.
The coolest part of the job is putting warheads on foreheads.
FCs, one, you're gonna get promoted. They have such a high promotion. Their quality of life, underway and import, it's average. They do their maintenance and stuff, leave. Underway, some of them don't stand watches. They have the 24-hour watches, so they're kind of on call or doing repairs and stuff depending on what type of FC you are. Some of them are just standing watches in combat, so they still have free time, and they have spaces to chill in. So quality of life underway is pretty cool. And after the Navy, they have so many jobs that they could do in terms of if you want to stay a contractor, if you want to go do something else, if you want to use your security clearance, because they deal with so many weapon systems that they learn all these technical things. So you have pretty good job opportunities in and out of the Navy. And number 3.
Good morning, George H.W. Bush Warriors. This is the Big XO. Happy top of the morning to everyone. We need to focus on cleanliness, CSMP, and quals.
Journalism, photojournalism, videography, multimedia, and graphic design. I wasn't going to join the Navy without the MC rating.
The MCs. I wanted to be an MC when I was trying to join the Navy, and my recruiter kind of talked me out of it, and they didn't really have positions open, but I was willing to wait it out. But he was like, no, you should do this and that. And I regret it so much because MCs, they go underway, but they're not attached to a ship. They just go underway to do multimedia, all that stuff, and then they go back to wherever they came from when we pull back in. So they're not standing watches, they just show up for evolutions, take pictures, write their stuff down so that they could do their publishing with it. I don't really know how their life is in board because I don't see where they work, but I would assume it's probably working office type of environment, editing, all that stuff if you want to work for editorial. And after the Navy, probably could work for editorial, work for a newspaper, do web design, graphic design, marketing, all that stuff, because you learn all that stuff being an MC. And some honorable mentions are ITs and HMs. ITs make rank really well, and they have pretty good quality of life, and they have a lot of job opportunities after the Navy. HMs, you might never make third, But quality of life is pretty cool. You're working in a hospital, so if you're in the medical field and you want to stay in the medical field, you'll probably end up on the hospital unless you choose to go to a ship or you kind of get screwed over and end up on a ship. The majority of them work in a hospital for like their entire career, and it's pretty chill lifestyle. But you probably will stay a seaman or third class for like a while. Now I'm gonna talk about the 3 worst rates in my opinion. So CS. Before any CSs come attacking me, like I don't have beef with the CSs, but they gotta show up like 4 or 5 a.m. so that they can make breakfast for everybody, and they leave last because they have to make dinner for everyone. So they have the longest work hours, especially underway. They gotta clean up after everyone. They have inspections all the time because the quality of the food and like where we eat has to be clean, the kitchen has to be clean, all this stuff. So like they're doing inspections, staying after hours all the time. Underway, some of them still have to do other things on top of their job, like flying squad, helo ops, all this other stuff. So you end up doing a long day, cooking, cleaning, doing all that stuff, and end up doing other training and evolutions. And their advancement is not all that. So it's like, yeah, CSs, I feel for them. All right, so one thing I forgot to add while I was recording the video is CSs, they also have no spaces on the ship except for like the galley and the kitchen and stuff. So like when they're not working and they finally have some time off, they have nowhere to go. Like I used to go down to a berthing, I would see CSs sitting on the floor, playing their Switch and stuff, or they'll just hang around the mess decks because they ain't got nowhere to go. So yeah, it's not fun. So number 2, HTs. Bruh. HTs, I feel so bad for HTs. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, these people clean up poop. They do all the flooding stuff. They do firefighting. They do like all the kind of like the grunt, like the stuff that people don't want to do, they end up doing. And being on a small boy, our like VCHT is like our like toilet system and stuff. That stuff goes down all the time. Like people will flush a shirt down there. They'll flush a coin down there. They'll flush like a toothbrush down there for some. I don't even know how these people keep flushing this stuff down there. And then it'll get clogged up and we won't have toilets for like 2 days, a week, however long. And the HTs are just down there like going through poop and all this dirty water and stuff to find whatever clogged it and unclogged it. And sometimes it'll take them a couple hours, sometimes it'll take them a couple days, but they're just down there like digging through your poop pretty much. Like you're a glorified plumber. Some of them do like welding and other stuff, but it's like for the most part you're a glorified plumber. Advancement is it's all right, and quality of life. Import, they're engineers still, so they end up working long hours. They work in hot spaces. They still have to do plumbing import, so it's like I would not want to be an HT personally. And number 3, I would say BMs, because I'm not gonna lie, like every time I see a BM, they're working. Like they're outside preservating, they're inside preservating, they're doing like paint stuff, they're doing hazmat, they're doing all these different jobs. They have some of the strictest people in their chain of command because BMs is like a very prideful rate. Their advancement is trash. Like you could be undez and strike BM3 before somebody that's been in the Navy for like 4 or 5 years as a BM, which is, it's wild. They do every RAS, so every RAS they're outside doing something on a line, whatever, in the hot sun, getting everything together. They also have to prepare all the lines before RASes, prepare all the lines before we pull out, before we pull in. Yeah, unless you are a very hands-on and you just want like to have busy work all day, I would not suggest being a BM. I'm not gonna lie. And like you could tell BMs because like they be having that BM tan. Like I swear half the BMs I know are sunburned or have been sunburned every underway. Plus underway they still have to stand watch, so they end up standing like lookout watches. It could be raining, it could be sunny, it could be snowing. They are going to be out there standing there for 4 or 5 hours staring at the ocean and making reports no matter what. And I'm like, couldn't be me. So another cool thing that I did forget to mention also is BMs, they get to drive the boat And they're also pretty much in charge of like most of our safety stuff. So like man overboards, all that stuff, they do that. And they do like the recovery operations and all that stuff and like the helo ops. So there is some cool stuff that they do, but they do a lot of work. I'm gonna leave y'all with a bonus tip. Almost every technical rate, unless you're an ET, if you're an ET, I feel bad for you. You are probably going to be E4 Mafia for like the next like 5 years or something because their promotion is trash. But every other technical rate, you're probably gonna promote pretty quickly. Quality of life is pretty good. You have good job opportunities after the Navy. So if you want to do this as a stepping stone or don't know if you want to stay in, picking a technical rate, you'll probably make rank pretty quickly so you get more money in your pocket. And if you get out, you probably will have good job opportunities, certificates, all this stuff lined up. So I would say technical rates are the go-to if you want to get promoted quickly and if you don't necessarily plan to stay in. Unless you want to do engineering or something different, because like that's just like your focus and that's what you're good at. But if you don't know, I would say a technical rate is a safe route to go. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna keep adding to this Navy playlist. I have probably like 5 to 10 video ideas already, but you could leave a comment on things you want to see or just hit me up in the DMs on Instagram or something and I will try to make a video. I'm out.